Thank you for watching the Fitness Feuds channel. Be sure to like and subscribe. In the simplest terms, GH face is synonymous with acromegaly, a disorder of the pituitary gland which causes large amounts of GH to be produced during adulthood. The end result is a body that is disfigured. The professional wrestler, Maurice Tillet, is one such example of the effects of high levels of GH. Notice the protruding forehead. Jaw protrusion, or an extended chin. The backward sloping of the skull. Maurice was also the inspiration for the lovable character of an animated ogre named Shrek. Question: can you get acromegaly from bodybuilding? The answer is yes.
The average adult male produces 1.2 to 1.8 IUs of GH per day. Many pros are supplementing in the 15 to 30 IU range for a decade or more. This can change facial features, expand the skull, enlarge hands and feet, and cause organomegaly. Organomegaly is the growth of soft tissues and organs. You have probably seen our video on GH guts before. We will show you some of that video here.
Like it was in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And I think we worked very hard to get it out of that in the 70s. And we were successful in convincing people that this is a beautiful body.
It's not a tumor.
But now, just as people got used to buying in that this is a beautiful body, the bodybuilders and the professional sport of bodybuilding has gone the next
step, where all of a sudden the
body does not look as acceptable, simply because it's too big, it's too enormous, and it doesn't have any talent behind it. So therefore,
organomegaly is somewhat reversible to a degree. However, the growth of the jaw and cranial bones are more permanent. This Russian congressman has genetic acromegaly. Notice the prominent brow and jawline. Is acromegaly a problem with today's bodybuilders? The blogger and competitive bodybuilder GH15 always thought that 15 IUs per day separated the man from the boys in competitive bodybuilding. In the next clip we will hear Rich Piana talk about how he was personally affected with acromegaly from taking GH.
And now I wear a size 15. My head, I used to wear a size 7 3/8, fitted cap. Now I wear, 7 3/4, maybe 7 5/8 I can, get into. My hands, my fingers have grown, my hands have grown, my wrists have grown. My wrists have probably grown, I would say 3/4 of an inch. My fist has probably grown a ½ inch in width. It basically makes every tissue in the body grow. Now, in saying that, I have to say, has my heart grown? Probably. Has my brain grown? Probably. Has my intestines grown? Yes, I know my intestines have grown because my stomach has gotten thicker over the years, which is a side effect that I'm most bothered by, and that's what made me stop doing GH, was because of the stomach growth. And, as a bodybuilder, we don't think about our heart growing and, how we're going to have a heart attack at the age 50 because our heart has grown, and we think about the things like, oh, my hair's falling out. Oh no, what am I going to do? But as we get older, we start to realize these things. And now I'm a lot more concerned with, the organs growing and what kind of, what that's going to affect me, how it's going to affect me in the future.
Can you see the facial differences in the bone structure of some of the top pros of today? In other words, has their face structure changed, or have these bodybuilders just aged naturally? Take a look at these pics and see for yourself. Jay Cutler, Phil Heath, Yari Menchula, Paul Dillon, Ronnie Coleman, Kai Green, Dave Palumbo, Nasser El-Sadi is even referred to David as the Acromegaly in an interview with David Robson.
Nasser corrected in an interview. GH Face is a nasty byproduct of bodybuilding for some, but what is really important is what you can see. What goes along with the long-term abundance of GH can be arthritis, diabetes, kidney failure, and even heart failure. And in the black market, GH can be tainted with heavy metals, What do you think? Is everyone using GH? And does everyone have GH face?
And does everyone have GH face?